Cześć! Hello! This is Dorota and welcome to Polish with Dorota. I receive a lot of questions about the B1 state exam. When can I take it and where? How does it look like and how much does it cost? How long will I wait for the results? In this video, I will tell you everything about the organization of the exam. And in my next video, I will tell you in details about each part of the exam. And if you would like to be well prepared for the exam, I invite you to my online language school where you can learn Polish with great certified and enthusiastic teachers, and you will be sure that you will pass the exam. The link is in the description box. Question number 1. When can I take the exam? The exam usually takes place 4 times in a year. In 2023, it was in February, in April, in June, and we will have one more exam in November. You can see the dates of the exam on the official website www.certyfikatpolski.pl. Just go to this website and click Terminy, which means dates. But unfortunately, the dates in 2024 are unknown yet. But I think it will be something similar because usually it is 4 times in a year. So, if you'd like to take this exam in 2024, please check this website once in a while to check if the dates are already published. Question number 2. Where can I take the exam? You can also check this on the same website. Go to www.certyfikatpolski.pl and click Ośrodki. Ośrodki means centers. There you will have a list of the centers that will organize the next exam or that organized the last exam. Open the list and see which center is closest to where you live. Contact them and ask if they are going to organize the next exam. This list, the list of the centers that will organize the next exam, is published always exactly 2 months before the exam. So, for example, the next exam will take place on the 18th and 19th of November, and this list was published on the 18th of September. But don't wait until this 2 months before the exam. Why? Because some centers open the registration earlier, so not exactly 2 months before the exam, but 1 week or even 2 weeks earlier. And some centers are very popular and you might not be able to register to the exam. It's better to find your center around 3 months before the exam and contact them to ask when the registration will start. You can also Google it. Just write Egzamin B1 and the name of the city where you would like to take the exam. You should be able to find the examination center. And the next option is to join Facebook group Polish State exam and ask there. So again, to find your examination center, go to this website and click Ośrodki. Click on the list of the examination centers that were organizing the last exam and find your center. Contact them around 3 months before the exam and ask when exactly the registration starts. Question number 3 is, how do I register? When you already know when the registration starts, you need to be at your computer on this day and at this certain hour, and you need to fill in the form that is there. Afterwards, you will get an email with more information. Usually, you need to pay the exam on the same day or within a couple of days after the registration. And you need to send also the payment confirmation. You will receive all the information by email and read all the emails very carefully. They will be in Polish, so if you don't understand something, ask someone for help to know, to understand everything perfectly. So, to register, you need to know when the registration starts. You need to be on the website of the examination center and fill in the form. Afterwards, you need to pay for the exam. The next question is, how much does the exam cost? It costs around 150 euro, but you will pay this amount in Polish zloty. Either the examination center will give you the exact amount in Polish currency, or the examination center will tell you that you need to pay the amount that is the equivalent of euro with the rate of NBP. This is like National Polish Bank, which was published on the last day of the previous month. Yes, it sounds complicated, but you can check that online, and I will put the website of National Polish Bank in the description box so you can find it. But of course, if you're not sure what amount you need to pay, just ask your examination center. And that's it. Sometimes you will be asked to pay not only for the exam, but for the certificate itself, for the document. And this document costs 20 euro. So you might be asked to pay the equivalent of 170 euro, or you will be asked to pay 150 euro first, and this 20 euro for the certificate, for the document, after you get the results. But the full payment, it will be equivalent of 170 euros. This is the information from 2023. You're all done. You're registered and you have paid. Now, how the exam looks like. The exam usually takes place on the weekend, on Saturday and on Sunday. On Saturday, you will take 4 written parts, and on Sunday, you will take the oral part. There are 2 exceptions. One time in a year, the exam takes place on Sunday and Monday instead of Saturday and Sunday. This is because of religious reasons. Some people cannot participate in the exam on Saturdays. But 3 times in the year, the exam takes place on Saturday and Sunday. The second exception is that it is possible to take the whole exam, the 5 parts, in one day. For example, if you live far away from your examination center, you can ask them in an email if you can take this oral part after the written parts in the afternoon, in the evening. And it should be possible. But usually oral part is on Sunday and 4 written parts are on Saturday. What are the 4 parts? Listening, reading, grammar and writing. I will describe these 4 parts and the oral part as well in my next video, so subscribe not to miss it. And you may ask, how long does it all take? Usually the exam starts around 9 a.m. and you will be asked to arrive around 1 hour before. There will be a lot of people, maybe 100, maybe even more, 150. It depends on the examination center, and the examiners will need to check your IDs and also will give you all the information. Don't be late. If you're late, you cannot take the exam. Of course, all the information, what time exactly you need to arrive, you will receive in an email. As I said, the exam starts usually around 9 a.m. The first part, listening, lasts for 30 minutes. The second part, reading, lasts 40 minutes. The third part, grammar, lasts 45 minutes. And the fourth part, writing, lasts 75 minutes. It's 3 hours and 10 minutes altogether, but you will have breaks between the parts. The duration of the breaks depends on your examination centers. They might be shorter, longer. You will be informed, but basically you will be done around 2 p.m. How about the oral part? The oral part lasts 20 minutes. You will have 5 minutes to prepare yourself, and then the exam itself lasts 15 minutes. You will be notified when you should come for your oral exam, either by email or on the day of your written exam. What you need to take to the exam, what you can take and what you cannot. You need to take your ID. So usually it will be your passport. You need to take also a pen, or better, a couple of them, blue one or the black one. You cannot write with pencil. What you can take? You can take some water, and basically that's it. Maybe a watch to know what time is it, but also there should be a big clock on the wall in the room when you write the exam. You're not allowed to take your phone. So what you cannot take to the exam is your phone. If you take your phone, you will be asked to leave it in the deposit and you can pick it up after the exam is finished. So maybe just leave it with someone or in a car if you would like to use it in between the parts if the breaks are longer. You cannot take a dictionary, you cannot take your lucky toy, basically nothing else. So just a document water, pen, and yourself. According to the rules, actually small bags are allowed, so you can take one with yourself to carry your document and pen and some water, but of course during the exam you cannot look for some things in your bag. Of course, during the exam you cannot communicate with other people and you cannot ask questions to the examiners because you might not pass. And the last question: how long will I wait for the results? You will wait around 3 months, at least 2.5. Usually it is 3 months, and after 3 months you will get an email with the information if you pass the exam, and then you will receive the certificate, the document. You can pick it up in your examination center or you can ask them to send it to you by post. Now you know all the information about the organization of B1 state exam. You know that you can take it 4 times in a year. You know that you can find your examination center on this website www.certifikatpolski.pl. You know how to register to the exam. You know also that it costs around 170 euro, the exam plus the certificate. You know that the exam takes place during the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and you know how it looks like. And that you need to wait for the results for about 3 months. The next video will be about each part of the exam. I will describe them in detail, so subscribe not to miss it. Thank you for watching and see you in my next videos. Pa pa!